And we can be back here. Oh, Shiny Marlin isn't... You two? I can't help but notice that Halabali has a specific level.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna munch on some Cheez-Its, because... They pushed they pushed the hernia back in, which means that some stuff that was caught on the hernia is moving through and is tricking my body into thinking it's hungry because it's like used to feeling more full than I am.
Huh. Is it gonna settle, or?
Well, they didn't patch it because I'm too fat, apparently. So it's just going to slide out again and again and again. And whenever it like starts sliding out, it hurts like fucking hell. So they're talking to my insurance about Ozempic, but I got fired, so now I don't have that insurance. So the insurance is going to be like, whatever, we don't have to pay. Is this not where the quest is?
The next quest is actually at Kugane.
I teleported all the way across the world for nothing. There goes all of the money I just made by buying undervalued demi-materia on the market board. Or are you at the quest? Yes.
Yep. Yeah, go to the East Cardinal Trading Company.
These fuckers.
Oh, is our Discord not minimized? Just to double check.
It is not. Can people hear everyone else? Someone say something.
Something.
Yeah, you're getting
something. Okay.
Tataru! I've missed you. It's not every day you make friends with a secret collective of talking animals. After all, even if Soroban hadn't decided to remain at Ryzen Temple, I wouldn't have wanted to stay away. Yay! And we have the money. We've paid for your mistakes, Alphino. Ooh. I'm gonna get armor. Ah, impeccable timing. We've just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garlean's part, the Populares have sent word that the vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha. It seems the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. Okay, I should probably not come wearing this to a diplomatic function. According to the letter, Yotsu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living on the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor their agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her conditions one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave. Then, Lord Hien will be waiting. Let me change. I should not wear this if we're going to a diplomatic thing. I trust you'll be able to cope in our absence, Tataru? Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely and not spend any money.
You're not gonna let him live this down.
No. Oh yeah, I need to... Okay. Ad break! Woo! Quick, while the ad break, everyone meet outside and tell me we need to pick what outfit is appropriate for this function. Chat, if you have opinions. We have a diplomatic function to go to. I am a melee DPS. So, I have, potentially, this vibe with the jeans. Alternatively, I think I have the skirt. We can do the jeans or the skirt for this. We have our red mage outfit, sans hat. We can always eye patch if we want to be edgy. We also have the option to mask, but that looks kind of dumb. We have the Subligar newbie outfit, if you want to feel like a newbie.
My Laura thought he's guard.
We have a swimsuit, if we want to say screw diplomatic convention. We have a slutty swimsuit, if we want to really say, fuck you, we don't respect the Garleans enough to dress at all. We have cute swimsuit if we're like, yeah, we're having a fun time. We have fancy dragon knight. And we have trans pride pirates. So what are we feeling? Really, it's down to, I think, Dragon Knights, Trans Pride Pirates, or Orange Streetwear.
I say Trans Pride Pirate.
Everyone likes the Trans Pride Pirate. Then let's make sure. Well, I don't even have a pose for you. Oh, this has what I want in it. There we go. That's what I want. And we will be... Ooh, 4 lords. Yeah, sure, we unlocked it. Let's use it. Okay. So I guess we go to the Kinkian. In the Doman Enclave. Oh my gosh, I'm the Reaper in the party. Am I the tank? Hey, guardsman. Show us to the king.
Pretty sure you can't see it on your end, but I've done a lot of restoration work on this place.
I have not finished unlocking the restoration. You'll need to drop a screenshot in the chat. Alice, yeah. What do you have to say? Ever since he drained our coffers dry by buying that sword, Alphino had his purse strings in a death grip. I can't even buy a cup of tea without him going on about the dangers of frivolous spending.
Good.
We are not letting that boy live this shit down. We know the broad strokes from the letter, but I would hear the details of our Doman friend's progress from the Lord Hien himself. Sure, Lord Hien, what's up? Oh. I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gotsetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather worse for the wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Oh no. Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he's shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, it's high time you receive some visitors. Why don't you spare him a moment? Otsuyo has scarce left his side, and I imagine you're curious to see what's become of her as well. We shall visit him at once. Kobo, Alice, shall we? Yes.
Yes.
Open wide now.
Please to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
Don't send her to Namai. That's a terrible idea.
A persimmon.
Oh no.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Wait, what?
Take off your clothes.
Oh no.
Gosetsu,
Oh,
is this
no.
how you've been spending your time?
Is he worried about the implications?
My lady, I assure you, this is not...
I mean, she seems able to consent.
We need to wash you. You stink.
She... Also, she's lost her memory. She's not, like, unable to consent. So, if she were so inclined, I would not deny her big chunky man. Don't know what she sees in the big burly man, but you know what? That doesn't hit as well without Albrecht here to take offense. Oh, he just stripped down in front of us. Okay.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
Yeah, half of them are your fault.
A life of battle
Well-
will leave its mark upon a man.
Oh. That's not good.
Is something wrong to you?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
Well, at least they seem to be doing better.
At least, for once, I'm not the one having to rub oils and lotions into the naked man. Oh, they make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, one would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed, had someone told me a year ago I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I'm relieved to see Gotsetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gotsetsu is an old man. The way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. He resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. Okay. I need to look up. How old is Gotsetsu? FF14 Gotsetsu age. We don't know, but he is at least 43. Okay. That makes him older than Papalimo, who died at the age of 40. And was previously the oldest character.
As for Yotsuyu, 32.
Younger than me. Same with Sid. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He's pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains he'll never again be the warrior he once was. He's given his all for his Legion land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Yugiri, of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So what makes you so sure?
I agree.
I've been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She's remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. The matter's settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Woohoo! Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she's as good as fastened the chains around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We're at your service. There's no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way. We must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We'll meet you at the docks with Tsuyu.
I am still a bit worried. Like, just because she's forgotten everything she's done, will people really, like, just let that go?
Oh yeah, she's gonna frickin' run off to Namai, probably, and, like, cause problems. The skiff will take us to their meeting at the ambassador. We'll join you at the docks when preparations have been made. I should say that I do not remember this story, so I am not saying what is going to happen. I'm just guessing based on context. I should shut my big mouth. Even after weeks of surveillance, it was difficult for me to accept that Yotsuyu's condition was genuine, but not as difficult as accepting Gotsetsu's affection for her. Yeah, that is weird. Big burly men all over the place. Albrecht, I need you here to protect me from the big burly men.
The big burly man is bedridden. I doubt.
Not the one that just ran into me outside.
Oh.
That big burly man is full of plate armor. This big burly man is a dock worker. Alice, can you imagine Yotsuyu playing with the bowls on the floor? I don't know that we can think of her as the same person anymore. Woohoo! Age regressors in the chat shout off. Do we have any age regressors in the chat? No one I recognize in the chat is known to me as an age regressor. Shall we wait here then?
No
Lord
one-
Ian should not be long.
I recently got mistaken as a high school student. Does that count?
No. That's just a baby face. My friends, have you seen Suyu? She's nowhere to be found. Called it. But what? The Garlands will be landing in a matter of moments. She's fled. Could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri's scouting the streets as we speak. It's possible Tsuyu left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? I don't rightly know, I think. Yeah. They mentioned it. There was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her on the boat. White as fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord, if I'd done something wrong? Wrong? No. I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. It seems Suyu's crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Okay. What type of armor does the Reaper wear?
I think it was either striking or scouting.
Yeah, I'll take scouting and we'll see if it's scouting. It is not scouting, so it is striking.
Wasn't maiming.
Seems Suyu's gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. Must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me, but I'd ask for your aid nonetheless. We're at your service, Odian, now as before. Let's make the crossing and begin our search. You go ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We've no way of knowing where Tsuyu's headed, so we'd best divide our forces. I'll take Kutskari and his surroundings. Alphino, if you take the road to Castrum Fluminus. Gobo, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor, one of the Namazu may have seen our quarry. If everyone's in agreement, we'll board the skiff and hope the Kami smile on our efforts. I have to talk to the yes fish. Whale time.
Okay, I am slightly fast.
Yes. Is there anything you think? No, you need only pale-skinned woman? I have seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry, this scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Well, I don't want to fuck a Namazu. I don't really want to fuck Yotsuyu either.
I might.
The age regressor. Problematique. Usually pale skin. Yes. I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She just crossed the shallows eastward and was headed in a northeasterly direction. For the most part, her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. Oh. Okay, I'm flying up high, so high. I'm going to space so I don't get cancelled.
Too late. Cancelled.
No!
Do I have any emote anywhere that I can use for cancelled? There we go. Get bombed, Aura. Oh, I flew past. I was so busy bombing Aura that I missed the destination.
She's not around here.
Yeah, she went to Namai. We know how this works. She wants persimmons. Gotetsu had to open his fat mouth, and now we have trouble.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I am going really fast. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I bought a thing a while ago. It said it was supposed to make my mounts faster. It's just like a slight speed boost.
Yeah? You spent money on a speed boost.
Well, like it was clan hunt mark.
Ah, okay, well, that's less bad. There's a hat on the ground.
Oh no.
She's been eaten by the rhino beetles.
That's not good. Without her hat. How's she supposed to hide it? Oh no. You're gonna lynch her.
Gobo, before you ask, our search of Sakari and surroundings has yielded exactly naught. Save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alisay has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yazuku Manor? Any sign? Got her hat, and we got a problem. Towards Namai. By the kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. Miss hurry, Yugiri and I will check the patties. The village square is yours. I think we go scythe out. Or it's a cutscene, so we don't get that choice.
Tsuyu! Tsuyu!
It's walking straight in the middle of the town.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Oh boy, I hear yelling.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
Yeah, I can kill her. No one told me not to.
She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsugu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker! What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
Aww. Ooh.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Hey!
Here, there's no need to cry.
Azami, a good girl. And a persimmon! Kid be like, I don't care that
Can't
you
you see
tortured
how
my
scared
parents
she
to
is?
death.
How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Aww.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
Pat, 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 pat.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yay, it's done. Tofu. I have a tofu pancake. Yay. Azami, you're a good girl. Have hug. Good girl. I'm not scared of her, not anymore. Issei. You can do it, boy. I can't forget what that woman did to us. I won't do anything to upset Azami. Yukiri. All this over a persimmon. I failed to consider how she might endanger herself. And when she has the mind of a child, I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. I don't know why everyone's so angry, but I got the fruit Gosetsu wanted. I hope he likes it. That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Ha! And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken the long way around. Let us continue on to Castrum Fluminus in our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alice should still be there conducting their search. Onward to Castrum Fluminus. And if anyone wants to let Albrecht know that we're going, he might want to join in and hang out in chat. I don't know. No, he's got an event, doesn't he?
Think so.
Well, still better to invite than and have him say no than ignore, right? Ooh, Castrum Fluminus looks nice at night.
Does.
The Imperial airships arrived. Oh, the Imperial airship looks nice at night. The Lord Hiam informed us of the uproar at Namai. Thank the 12 you found Yotsuyu when you did. I dare not think what might have happened had you not. I was sure Yotsuyu'd fled, but it seems her memory hadn't returned at all. How foolish of me not to consider Gotsetsu's craving for seasonal fruit. Do we have to stay here long? We'll be waiting for his fruit. It seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. Time to meet the ambassador. Bastard, what's her name? Asahi. That's it. Welcome back, just in time. This dipshit.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see.
Who did you bring?
But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic
I don't like
turn of
this.
events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
I don't like this either. I also don't like that Asahi doesn't have the same number on each side. The symmetry, bro. What happened to your rank? Shouldn't it be the same? Isn't that like a rank thing?
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
The abusive parents who sold her to a brothel. Fucking hell.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma.
Can I punch him?
Ah, for real.
Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Sadly, I think murdering the ambassador would end these peace talks. Not that I don't trust him not to have some scheme. And take his scheme and we can use an excuse to off his head. I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I've sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gotsetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let's follow them. Now that look, Alphino, what is it? Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return.
Are you sure about that?
Okay, we've returned. Tell us. So it seemed there'll be one less prisoner at the exchange. I only hope Yotsuyu's presence here will not present further problems. I suppose Tsuyu's to become an official Doman citizen. What then? Will they keep her hidden here forever? Might she one day be allowed to walk among her countrymen? We should pay a visit to Gotsetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. We'll want to know what the Empire has finally relinquished his claim on her. On paper, anyway.
Gotsetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes
Her brother
were
brought
red
her
from weeping.
abusive parents over.
She spoke
Break
not a
her hair.
word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me,
I feel like that's an
what
understatement.
happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with
So we're
us
gonna talk
in
about
Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord, forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone.
Oh no.
Well, so much for not letting her out of our sight.
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, no, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Yeah. Kotetsu, stay in bed, you idiot. We have enough problems without you, like, spilling your guts out everywhere. Gosh, this must be cooler with the reconstructed Doma.
Like halfway there. Oh dear. I'm having a flashback.
Help! Help me!
Why is he here? Oh, God.
Wait, that was the dad?
Yeah, that's Asahi's dad / Yotsuyu's adopted dad. No. It's you.
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Oh.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery.
Sounds like you're the font of your own goddamn misery.
You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital. And now,
More like your failure. You're the one who... You're the reason she's like this.
Swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugani and start a new business.
That's the Yotsuyu we love and hate. We love to hate.
Well, love and hate.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you! Yotsuyu!
What?
Is it bad if I say good girl?
I'm kind of cheering for her myself.
Yay, good girl.
And I feel conflicted over that.
Oh, this you dastard.
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed.
Well, they're not dead yet, otherwise we wouldn't be able to read his memories of this conversation.
But surely
Well,
you
they're
can't be
bleeding out,
satisfied with murdering a
so...
pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
That wound looks awfully deep.
There's that little moon again.
Please.
Sorry, sir, but the spirits say no.
You should have thought of that before, like, everything. Like...
Any sign of her?
Yeah, she killed her parents.
What happened here?
She killed her parents. Her memory's back, and she's gone with Asahi.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives.
There's no going back, is there?
But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
And importantly, no one has violated the letters of our agreement yet. Yotsuyu remembered and went with her brother. Yay. The agreement still stands. Small price to pay for peace. Right, Alistair? So Asahi got his way in the end, and at an unspeakable price. He really is a vile little worm, isn't he? Yotsuyo hid her recovery well. I had no inkling her memories returned. I keep asking myself when it could have happened. At the meeting with her parents, perhaps? But then why would she? Nay, it is not to be gained from such conjecture. And so you'd return to the bosom of the Empire after all. I cannot say I'm surprised. What I struggle to fathom is Asahi's aim in all this. And we've recovered the Nari's remains, and will hold the cremation anon. Would they had never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gotsetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. So, my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the Imperial fold. It is, by any measure, a cruel twist, not least for Gotsetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yotsuyu into Garleon's hands, should her condition improve prior to the hour of exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I can accept. What I cannot accept is the unconscionable lengths to which Asahi went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct and his apparent admiration for Xenos, it's plain he cannot be trusted, and that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. A wise precaution. If the main structure of the castrum is to be the stage for the exchange, I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The citadel stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. When we took steps to ensure it could not be defended by an occupying force, it's entirely possible the ambassadors arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit. Pray allow me to join you. I have some experience of Imperial facilities, and should matters take a turn for the worse, I would hope to be of at least some use. Very good. That should be enough guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we still need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we had, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Sekibune, on the other hand, would require only a single run, and leave us far less vulnerable on the water. Assuming, of course, Rasho could be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I've had dealings with Rasho and his pirates before. And I won't be alone, will I, Gobo? Rah, let's go talk to some pirates. Much appreciated. I quite fancy parleying with pirates again. This is a shame Lise won't be there to reprise her role. I'm certain you would make a persuasive pair. I think I'll accompany you to the negotiations all the same. My lord, the rule of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Come now, they stood with us against the Empire. We'd ask their aid once more, we must treat with them as equals. Our presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord, pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master Alphino and I will be about our task. Yay! And we should be on our ways to Onokoro. Time is short, and Rasho may take some convincing. I don't know, I think that the Lord of Doma coming in person is going to do a lot. Like, the legitimacy of it, you know?
No. We skipped ahead. Okay. Where is it?
Hey, Tansui! In my mind, Yotsu's deserving of only one fate. Memory loss be damned. And if you don't have the stones for it, I'd be happy to take on the burden. It'll be over nice and swift.
Don't worry.
Oh, now that's a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble Lord of Doma into the company of bilge-rats such as we? You've come to offer Doman chains in place of Garlean ones. I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. And what fine subjects you would make with your fleet at our disposal. Our restoration efforts would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Blah 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 blah, prisoner exchange. Perhaps you're confused. Doma's liberation was a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, you say? Seems a bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all this? Profit? Must you always think in such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? Have you ever heard of
doing the right
pirates?
thing is expensive.
Have you ever heard of pirates, little miss? You find we're simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sail in peace. Die us our due, and we take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning. We're not in the business of doing something for nothing. Calm yourself. We did not come here to moralize. We came to talk, and there's more to be said. According to records recovered at the Liberation, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted to the Imperial Army. And as you may be aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I'd ask you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits? You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Ian. The losses we suffered at the Garleans' hands are no secret. But as we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Very well, the Confederacy agrees to your request. You'll have your ship. Before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Thus we have mended her. She has yet to be declared seaworthy. She's down below. When you load her up with conscripts, the waterline rises. Those upper planks had best be free of cracks. Assuming you want your people to stay dry, you'll do me the favor of swimming around the hull to check for weaknesses. That is, if Doman lords are not averse to getting their robes wet. Not this Doman lord. We each inspect a third of the ship, it'll be done in a trice. That's the spirit. Ship's moored at Quickstake Pier. Our apprentice shipwrights will be on deck to hear you report. Look for a lad named Ihanashi. I thought I had a knack for parleying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit while I was ahead. Well, I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to reputation. The pirates might actually swear fealty at some point. Well. Choco! Ooh. Hi, Halabali. Are you gonna go swimming with us? Wait. Nope. Unable to apply glamour plates here. I'm not swimming in this outfit.
How do I go in the water again?
It's shift space, or control space, or alt space.
Thank you. Nope. We interrupt this ship inspecting for an ad break.
Yep. An ad break.
It turns out that was the wrong way. Ah, here it is.
There we go.
Oh, that's a crack?
I'm not going to go inspecting in that outfit, so I went and...
No signs of damage there.
And got myself a swimsuit. Oh, they're not even underwater. What are you talking about going underwater? Got me all running around. Plank. You are suspect. It says so right there. But it seems like it's actually fine. Shocking no one. I'm paranoid. Haha, and I was right to be. There's a crack. Ihanashi. I am the shipwright, or apprentice shipwright. You find anything that might need attention? The section I inspected seems solid enough. There's a crack. There's a crack on that side. On the port side near the bow. I'll write out, take a look, and see what I can do. My apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. Could float in that gentle sea all day. Otherwise, I'm happy to report no visible cracking or holes in my section of the hull. You're lucky, the captain said you to expect the hull? Oh, Kami, have mercy, forgive us the discourtesy, my lord. That's quite all right, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you're of Doma? Yes, my lord. The Imperials took my father away after the uprising, and I had nowhere to return. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts. Maybe my father will be among them. Not that I can go back. There's no leaving once you joined. How fares Our Lady? Is she seaworthy? Captain, we found a small crack in the port side, but we'll have it fixed before you know it. I see you've met the boy. Did he tell you a story? He babbles when he's nervous. If his father be among the conscripts, as he hopes, I mean to give him the choice to lead his life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they're provided for. I've heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kin and homeland. Is that oath so easily put aside? If I allow it, I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers. My family's long dead, and I know this life is my lot, but he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there's a life for him in Doma, he should have a chance to live it. Well said. The Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more. Be it in Yanshar and the Ruby Sea, we have a duty to ensure that Ihanashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. When the matter's settled, I'll make preparations to cast off. Well, my friends, it seems we have our ship. Let's return to the Enclave. Yay! Back to the Enclave. And I guess I need to change out of the swimsuit for the diplomatic stuff.
Probably.
Well, it was nice going for a quick swim while we could.
Maybe I needed to cool off a bit.
Lord Ian's expecting you. Yes, he is. And I know that it's, like, not toward to have your weapon out, but just in case we have problems. Also, I don't know how to do this. So what's Death's Design do? Increases damage. All nearby. Okay, so Shadow of Death and Whirl of Death do the same thing, but one's AoE. That increases the soul gauge by 50. That does that for AoE. Okay, I understand now what I need to do. Okay. It seems Yugiri and Alphino completed their tasks for us. They've been weighted. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged to ship ferries across the One River. Now we have but to attend the exchange and pray to the Kami these precautions were unnecessary. Okay. While we're putting our contingency plans in place, I left Hakuro in charge of organizing transport. We'll see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank not far from the castrum. Okay. We should probably take the ferry out. I think that's going to be faster. This Chocobo's trying so hard. Go, Chocobo, go. Ow. I see, we're all here. Rasha, we ready? Don't worry about the ship, it'll be here when it needs to be. With Tansui at the helm. That takes a load off. My only concern is the safe return of our people. That is what my lord wishes, and that is what shall be done. The tower rather spoils the view across the river. Does it not? I concede we might well perhaps have chosen a less ominous place to conduct the exchange. I don't know, I think the tower's cute. Oh, would that we had some hint as to the ambassador's intentions. Are we not prepared for the worst, I would be wary of going through with this at all. No matter what Asahi throws at us, we cannot let the monster have his way. Parties assembled, then? Aye, and ready for what lies ahead. Let there be any confusion, though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange. That, and whatever else Asahi has planned. Regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yugiri, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sight of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, will cover the escape and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the Castrum's loading docks. She'll see you safely home. Then all stand ready for their part. Let's be about it. Alright, let's go. Boxes.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion. Welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Yotsuyu!
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting viceroy of Dorma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish.
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement
I
with the
should have known.
you are free to return with
Or rather,
him
I should
to
have
the
called
Empire.
it.
Oh no, what are we calling?
What's in the crates?
Your authority as acting viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
Do you want to know what it is? I mean, you're going to find out soon enough, but
we'll see.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself.
Xenos is dead.
yeah, like he's dead, right?
Reign here in this putrid.
We saw him cut off his own head. Why do the Guardians keep acting like he's alive?
Broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
Oh no.
Did you see?
Yeah.
It's ether crystals.
Ah. And this is a summoning, which is a violation of the peace treaty.
Yep.
What has she done?
She's plunged us back into war.
This is a summoning.
I should have brought my gun so I could shoot her. She became a Viera, oh no.
A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You asked me to run?
You can't kill gods. I kill gods. Mew fans to me.
Against such a foe, I would be more hindrance than help.
Yeah, leave this for the Icon Slayers.
We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting that the boxes were gonna be filled with Doman corpses.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I have become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty? I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us
I guess I must become the wolf that eats the moon.
I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
Well. Castrum Fluminus is now accessible. Has everyone got the class that we want?
Yep. I know they kind of nerfed Dark Knight, but I feel like story-wise, this is appropriate.
I said I was going to bring Reaper, so... If it's too long, we can, Okay. For a moment I was like, wait, do I not have equipment for this? But I do. Where's the exit? I don't want to wait in there. I want to wait out here with everyone. The boat. The boat doesn't boat. The boat doesn't boat.
Are you sure you checked for cracks thoroughly?
Apparently. Well, this isn't that boat. This is a different boat. Confederate skipper, you have some really nasty cracks in the bottom of this boat. Your boat. Your boat's got a problem.
It's time.
Okay. Let's go. I hope my portrait's fine. Ooh, the moon. And we're off to a great start of people going, oh, I don't remember this fight. Yay!
Oh. It's going to be a long night. Your end is near.
Aha. Oh, I borked that up.
All the sweeter.
That's fine. Why does it fade away? Ah, it feeds on spite, on my suffering.
See ya.
Come forth, shades of the dead, curse my name, strike my body with blackest malice.
I will ease your pain. Oh, there's more over there.
Yeah, kill these before the suffering becomes too much.
Xenos.
You've come to deliver judgment for my failure. Cut me down then, it's surely a simple task. You're gone. Oh.
Right, Kosetsu!
Kosetsu! Kosetsu!
Was that just a memory?
It was Kosetsu in her heart. A night blooms, something, something, something.
In darkness blooms the spider lily. From mortal heights, I
rise anew. Suffused with night, I shall prevail.
Oh.
We lost the Halabali! Oh no!
In moonlight's chill shine petals pale.
I think I need to be on this side. Need to be on, like, the opposite side. I am hitting run buttons.
Ugh, I'm rusty.
With night, I shall prevail.
I think I need to be this side.
Your end is near.
Nope. I had Doom on me, apparently. Oh.
In sunless gloom, black tendrils trail.
It's not over yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'll grind you under my heel.
Haha! Okay, I'm getting the hang of this.
I'll grind you under my heel.
Yay, we did it! And I sort of learned how to Reaper works.
I think I'm rusty with Dark Knight. I was messing up all my rotations.
Everyone was messing everything up. So many people died. Oh, and she's in white now. She was in black, and now she's in white. Oh no, she's still in the same outfit she was in.
I think one half is now white, though.
Yep. And there's no one available for me to commend. Because everyone got the fuck out. I am the Reaper. I am here for your soul, Yotsuyu. Asahi. You little.
What is
You
your
really
game
must
here?
learn to finish the job. 'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
Oh, don't give me that, mister. Oh, they said they'd be prime or baby.
My, such hostility. These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer. Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
There's no one around to deny
Don't test me.
Cannot,
Don't test me. I'm already in Dark
To
Knight.
do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build.
Yeah, after you set them up to explode.
But I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This Dorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point.
Then there's absolutely nothing stopping me from taking this scythe to your fucking chest.
Good, not if I get thy sword to his neck first.
It should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Doma. I would have repaid his faith.
Really, you're mad because
You're
he
mad
decided
because your sister.
You're mad because Xenos was dicking down your sister instead of you. Really?
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 No one alive loves him more than I! Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
Oh, that wasn't me.
I was hoping it was me.
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift. Vengeance.
Oh, before you die, Asahi, I should let you know, he called me his first friend.
These people are people. They ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill. Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied. You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you.
Well, this is awkward.
Tsuyu.
What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
They're too deep. You deserve a kinder fate.
But Setsu will mourn you.
He will mourn Tsuyu, perhaps. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
And now everyone can be sad. Moral of the story is sex work should always be consensual and don't sell your children as slaves.
And also, revenge the people who've wronged you, not everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, like, just don't be a shitty parent, and you don't have Yotsuyus in the world.
No, BRB.
BRB got an Echo flashback.
Lord Xenos.
I'm sorry, what?
I am at your disposal.
I'm sorry, what?
Asai, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so. The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude
dang
me.
it. Freaking,
From the reports I have heard,
Echo
the
flashback.
champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Xenos is acting not very Xenos-like.
Your chosen agent. I will not fail you, my lord.
This doesn't sound like something he would do.
I mean, he might do it. He's not an idiot, but he would certainly be more, if you fuck up, I kill you about it.
My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
I watched him kill himself. I don't understand. Boy.
There's bandages around his neck. I highly doubt a good surgery would fix that.
Prevailed, I see.
Is that a fucking Asian?
Does he just even... Well, I guess he would know how to summon it, but why would he tell someone to do it?
I mean, Asians were guiding the summonings back at ARR, if you remember.
I'm talking about Xenos himself, not the Asians.
I don't know if that's Xenos. That's not... That is not the man I hate. That's not the man I hate.
Wherefore did the Kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Does he seem like the kind of guy who'd be subtle with his planning, or...
No. I don't think that's Xenos. I think that's something wearing a Xenos suit, and I don't like it.
Death shall not want for company this day.
This doesn't sound... Yeah, this... That's their message about the threat we face? That doesn't sound like Xenos at all.
Lord
He doesn't care about the cause. He just wants a good fight.
Maxima. Cutscene's not done yet.
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now.
Dang it, that is my chance to
Our
off him.
negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here. But it seemed to me there was more to the tale.
Xenos was behind this. No. Something wearing Xenos' skin was behind this plot. I saw in his past.
I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
No, he wasn't acting like Lord Xenos.
And how can that be? Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I
Sorry,
share Lord
guess that's
Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation?
I only hope that she is at
Imposter has
peace
infiltrated
now.
the innermost circle of the Imperial Court. The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second in command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pybus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk her life on countless occasions. Next to her, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield.
Yeah, you could be an ambassador! Yay!
But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Let's go. I believe in you, Alphino. In the most condescending voice I can muster.
'Tis not for me to stop you. But I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
Yeah, Alphino, have you? What?
Farewell, my friends.
Wait, when did I say that? When did I say surely nothing bad will come of this? Oh no, that's the implication of my like condescending. I believe in you. I understand. Think of it this way. Alphino can't spend our money when he's in Garlemald.
He can, however, be ransomed for even more than what was that sword was worth.
Well, that sounds like something his parents will have to pay. Yotsetsu dragged himself here out to the sickbed, only to be greeted by the sight of Yotsuyu's corpse. I had not the words to comfort him. Oh, Alphino, you impulsive fool. I thought about trying to talk him out of it, but I know what I would say if the roles were reversed. Stubbornness is something of a family trait. I knew Asahi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning! Thank the Kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yotsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, aye, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. Tis little wonder Gotsetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made them to the Sekibune before the battle began in earnest. For the vessel yet waits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. I suggest we put this doleful place behind us, and make for the Enclave together. It would be a shame to miss a joyous reunion. Enclave!
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
Yay! They're all still wearing Garlean outfits.
Well, they had to be in uniform.
Yeah, they need to get new clothes and change out. Yay! Vows. Cheer green the crowd.
Ah, there you are.
Oh god, I am so not used to having people bow to me like this.
Oh, no hair.
Gosetsu, your hair. My friend, what have you done?
Are you a monk now?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
He did become a monk, okay.
All of them?
Does that mean he gets to know what the beautiful noise in the temple is?
Safe travels. Tell us what the beautiful noise in the temple is.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
And I can't tell you you're not a monk.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
Dude, you're old. Retire.
Have earned it 1,000 times over.
Go do whatever you damned well please in your retirement. If you want to walk around and pray, then walk around and pray.
Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh, and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
Bye, don't get eaten by wolves. Or tigers. Or the rhino beetles.
Or the bears.
Or demon
Well,
hens.
one kind of bear.
Or Namatsu. Inahashi. Thank you, Kami. Thank the Kami you spotted that cracked plank. The ship ended up bringing my father home. The captain said, well, let's just say I'm not a pirate anymore. I'm gonna live in Doma with my father. We're free. Yay. Good boy. Gotsetsu relinquished his duties with a grace befitting a samurai lord. Only hope I can fill the void he's left behind. Alice, girly. It'll be far too quiet without Gotsetsu around. I wonder if we'll ever see him again. Oh, speaking of reunions, have you spoken with Hanashi? Turns out his father is among the returning conscripts. Yes, I did. Ah, Gotsetsu, fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there's more, yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kienkan. I would thank you properly. Yay. I'm gonna put the weapon away. We're not gonna be interrupted in dinner.
At this point, the blade's part of comfort.
With all that out of the way, Doma should be able to look forward in a period of relative calm. As for us, well, we'll have an intriguing story to tell everyone at the Rising Stones. Lord Hien trained under Gotsetsu from the day he was old enough to hold a sword. Though he smiled through all the farewells, none will feel his absence more keenly. Our brothers and sisters return to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It's a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I've not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern, mayhap the gravest. Yet there's little to be done but wait for Alphino to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gotsetsu, by building a nation in which none need live in fear. I confess I miss him already, but the thought that he has at least found peace some way goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, he devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I'd hoped that with her at her side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the Kami had been so minded. Even now I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother? Can that truly have been their will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. What I do know is for a brief moment a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. And there's an ad! The timing!
Yeah.
We can have a quick chat. I am ready to keep going on to the next, chunk of MSQ if you two are. I know we did a lot of Eureka earlier, but... I am. Are you two?
I'm good to go.
Doma owes you some debt. Thanks to you, we have everything we need to prosper. You must promise to visit us again soon, and Alphino too, when he returns from the Empire. Know my thoughts go with him. However far his pilgrimage may take him, we have not seen the last of Gotsetsu. Of that I'm certain. I think it's time we were going. We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. Before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Rauger's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. To Rauger's Reach. Out of my way! I have big, and I will not be stopped. I come bearing vital information for ye, the lease. Hey, Minago, babe, hi. They've been quiet since They've been quiet since their treachery in the throne room, but the Kalyana are a problem we'll need to solve at some point. Oh, we have new problems for you, Minago. Oh, Gobo, Alice, you're back. No Alphino? It's good of you to see you. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... If this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. It's a thing puppeting his corpse. I don't like it. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous it sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Gobo's. She saw the Crown Prince through the Echo in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It was him. Or at least it was someone holding him. I'm not going to say he's alive, because I don't think he's alive. I think there's somebody puppeting him around. Like, wearing his skin, and I don't like it.
Kind of like how the Ashians did with Thancred. Could they even do that if the body's dead?
I don't see why not. It must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? The Tall's Gilded Halls, whatever you're talking about. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you for winding my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but there's some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better. If so, might suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business. As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it'll put the rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about it, we can manage it. Xenos is buried at Bloodhow on the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be hard to find. Nago, you're in charge till I get back.
So I guess Minago's not accepting custom deliveries at the moment.
Yeah, she's got a place to run.
Now if a zombie comes out of that grave, I'm bonking it with a stick.
Yeah. From now on, when our enemies die, we chop them into little tiny bits before we bury them. Okay?
What?
I don't want any frickin' Asians puppeting anyone else's remains.
I don't think that would work, considering he managed to reattach a head.
No, his head wasn't cut off. He just, like, stabbed himself in the neck.
No. Looked like his head was cut off.
I stabbed himself in the neck. Okay, set apart from the others. That's a grave. Most of the graves are grouped together, but they managed to find a lonely spot for Xenos, didn't they? My memory's on riding snakes, possibly spiders. Let's pry it open and see what comes out. Yeah, get off the grave, Halabali. We need to open it. Halabali, we need to open it. Thank you. Does it? Gods, he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I'd scrubbed it off, and I thought no more about it. No one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well, we're presented with but one course of action. We'd best be sure we're not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin?
Hey, when did it start raining?
Just now.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Who are you? What's at the smug face?
Is this your doing? You're Gridanian. There's a Gridanian, right? Or he's dressed as a Gridanian.
He's dressed as a resistance member.
Yeah, he's got like... And he's Elysian. That's like... Gridanian resistance people. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphanos' theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. So you're saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body? It's a distinct possibility. Once I've put this grave back the way we found it, I'll pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He's as good as cut his own head off. Anyway,
I told you!
Well, as good as. He didn't fully do it. Anyway, Raubon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at the Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we're due another crisis. Should we make for the Rising Stones, then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. Thank you for saving me the money.
Oh, Rising Stones. I haven't been here in a while.
Hey! Rock Slut! How are ya? The Dormans have as much claim to Revenant's toll as you and me. They're family. Thank the gods I made it back in time to see them off. Atheme. Well, is Sildir be alright without Home? Practicing inseparable these days, and I don't think he has many other friends. It's for the best. It's their past and their future. They're home, and I couldn't be happier for them. I hope Isildur can find someone to keep him company. With our missions, we can never linger very long. Aenor, how goes the threesomes? I know I need to give Isildur my undivided attention, but these waves of brotherly love make my mind drift to naughty places. Focus, Aenor, focus. They're going well, apparently. Hey, Ochre Beholder. Though he is but half the size of my courageous brother, would seem Alphino's bravery looms twice as large. Even Hori may hesitate before embarking alone to the heart of the Empire. It would seem Master Alphino's placed himself squarely in the path of danger. As a fellow scion, I'll render whatever aid I can to ensure his safe return. Thanks, Golden A. I forgot you existed. I never forget about the Boulders and Aenor, though. Their love story is for the ages.
Yeah, if you call it some kind of cheap harem anime.
It's true love, I tell you. True love between a girl and two brothers. The only way it would be better is if it was Yuri. We gathered what scraps of intelligence we could, myself from within yours, and Alfino from his Far Eastern sources. But there's a limit to what a bloke can learn about the Empire from outside its borders. Still, I'd never think to invite myself aboard an Imperial bloody airship. It was impulsive, reckless. You gotta admire the lad's style. And Aliane, you needn't worry for my grandfather. If he should grow lonely and start to long for Home's company, he'll purchase passage on the next ship bound for the Far East. I couldn't stop him if I tried. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Rianje over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Ishtola's on her way and should be here any... Ishtola!
Still, good to see you.
Alize, Gobo, it's good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the East? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all we know, I too would conclude. An Asian now inhabits Zeno's body. Doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Gobo? Nay, Avano had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he's become, he ventures alone into an enemy's stronghold, on the shadowy web of the Paragons like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Okay, now it's the end of that little story, and we're going to do one more. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
Just gonna say...
We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was it not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner's dead and the rite beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there's no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. Asian! Get out of his body! What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier.
Wait, that blade.
What are you? Have you lost your mind?
That's a katana.
That's Xenos. I know that attack. Oh.
Oh snap.
I've lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission.
Yeah, it's I'll bring you back for another season.
Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins? Embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. For the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Oh, now you know what it feels like, you little piece of shit. Yeah, come at me.
Well, at least he has his priorities straight. He's got his priorities.
I can kill you this time. You're not gonna cop out and do it yourself, you little piece of shit. You're gonna stand there and I'm gonna rip you open. I'm gonna feast on your innards while you still breathe, you little... Hi. Under the moonlight. Alphino will have need of all his wits if he survives his visit to Garlemald. We know precious little about life in the Imperial capital.